Come in.
No problem.
I'm sorry to put you to trouble.
Just so long as I don't push me luck.
It'll not be for long. You know, just till they get themselves sorted. Dare say it'll be a week at the most.
Right, I'll get my stuff out of the bathroom.
Cheers. Oh, Raquel, pop over to the florist, would you, love?
What for?
Flowers, what do you think? For Vicky's room. Make the place look a bit more cheerful.
You mean Vicky and Steve's room?
Yes, that's what I mean.
And then what would you like me to do? Get you decorated?
What have I said now?
You expect too much of me sometimes.
Oi, lady, don't go off in a huff. I've told you about that before. Come on, spit it out.
I've cleaned the bar.
Bill help you?
Even so, I've cleaned the bar. I've peeled the veg, Betty having the morning off.
Which is entitled to once in a while at her age.
I've washed the glasses. I'm doing 3 jobs in one here.
You're right. You deserve a break. Go for a little walk.
Thank you.
While you're at it, fetch us some flowers.
Oh! Come here, Betty.
Oh, you are
I'm
lovely.
so pleased.
Oh, thanks, Jake.
I knew something was going on.
I hope I'm doing the right thing.
Of course you are. When's the big day?
A week on Friday.
Oh, soon as that. Lovely.
Yeah.
Betty,
Well-
do I detect the sound of a shotgun?
Oh.
Oh, very funny. So that Gordon said.
So it's true?
Of course it is. What's the point of a long engagement at our age? No, make the most of it while there's time.
You do right, love.
Yeah.
Raquel, open that bottle of bubbly in the fridge. I hope this doesn't mean you're going to pack in work, lady.
Oh, well, no, but I might do. I mean, I might be asking for something for a little holiday, you know.
Oh, now, get it right, Betty.
Oh.
It's called a honeymoon. A honeymoon, Betty.
Yes, well, I mean, we're a little bit over that kind of thing, aren't we? But we could be having a couple of days off.
Only days, not nights.
You're trying to embarrass me, aren't you? Ooh, you're-
Right, grab a glass.
Oh, Tardo, thank you.
Betty, here's wishing you all the happiness in the world, love.
Thanks, lovely. Thanks, everyone.
Congratulations,
Thank you,
Betty.
dear. Away, I'm not used to this. I get tiddly.
No.
And I hope you're going to let me buy you something very special to wear on your wedding night.
Something silky.
Something French.
Oh.
French? You can get those thoughts right out of your mind, lady. I'm wearing flannelette like...
Oh, no, come
fire,
on.
yes, I
No,
am.
let's treat you.
Oh, hey, someone's at the door.
I'll get it. Maybe they've got an early flight.
Who?
Oh, Steve and Vicky, they're coming back today.
Come in, Stella. We're celebrating Betty's getting married.
Have you seen today's advertiser?
No, love, I take the publican. Why? What's up?
They've put 6 pubs up for sale.
Who has?
Newton and Ridley. Have you not heard anything about it?
No, where does it say?
News to me and all. It says they're investing in large family-type pubs and selling off 6 smaller ones.
The Rovers return.
Aye. And the White Swan.
They can't do this.
Can't they? Looks like they already have.
Well, could I speak to the other Mr. Ridley then? And what time's this meeting going to finish? I think he'll know what it's about. They're all in a meeting. Ridley, Jarvis, Mike Henshaw, the lot of them. They're going to phone us as soon as it's finished.
Well, look, I can't stop any longer. I've got a pub to run, hopefully. Give us a ring, will you, as soon as you hear. Maybe it's just a rumour.
Oh, aye. That's not what it says in here. Newton and Ridley have confirmed the reports. Not denied them, Stella, confirmed.
Yes, but papers often get things wrong.
That's what the meeting will be about, giving us notice to quit.
Hang on, Bet, it's just nothing about that. And anyway, even if it is true, it's one thing to put a place up for sale. It's quite another to find a buyer. It could be years.
Maybe they've already done it without us knowing.
But before the boards are even up, surely not.
Well, who's to say they're selling on the open market? They could have gone to a consortium or another brewery.
Well, we won't know, will we? Not until they phone you back.
So why have they kept us in the dark? I'll tell you why, Stella. Because they've done a deal behind our backs. Here they are. Don't tell me the plane was delayed.
No, Liz invited us for a bite to eat. You don't mind, do you?
Of course not. Well, was it all you hoped for?
And more.
Right. Let's everybody order a drink. All shirts stout, my round, eh?
This is definitely on me. Bill, see through, will
Thank
you?
you very much,
Yes.
Matt.
Oh, Bet, wait till I tell you. They've had a wonderful time. Our Steve went shark fishing.
Phone for you.
All right. Ask Vicky if she wants the bags taken upstairs. I dare say they'll want to get changed.
All right.
Here, William.
I gather you're expecting us to stay here tonight.
Well, I mean, the room's ready. I wasn't presuming out. If you've made other arrangements...
We have. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's just that, well, we've booked into a hotel. Only until we've got our own place sorted.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. We thought we might be in the way here. You sure you don't mind? I mean, you've not gone to any trouble, have you?
Of course not.
Right. Well, we're just having a quick drink and then Jim's going to give us a lift to the hotel.
You're not stopping for another one?
I'll tell you what, I'll come round tomorrow on my own, I'll bring the photos and we'll have a really big chat about it then.
You're busy for opening time?
Vicky and Steve just back from honeymoon.
Oh, right. Well,
Just as I expected.
what did he say?
Nothing. It was his secretary. He was too busy to speak to me. There's a letter in the post. Whatever it is, he certainly didn't want to tell me himself. Does that sound promising to you, Stella? Me neither.
We don't.
Well,
All right. Mine's weird. Well, good luck to you anyway, all the best.
Oh,
Cheers,
yes,
Dad. Thanks, Mum.
Oh, I've got to get myself something halfway decent, Betty. Today's the only day I've got off.
Look, don't put yourself out on my account, love.
Well, you say that, but you know you want us to look nice on your wedding photos. I'm not going to get anything fancy, not one to upstage you.
Up what?
Well, with me being an ex-model and everything, you know, I mean, I don't want to steal your thunder.
The only way you can do that, love, is run off with Billy.
Oh. Well, I'm not planning on doing that.
Oh, that's very kind of you. In that case, you can wear what you like, a see-through covered in sequins for all I care.
Oh, no, not for a wedding. Won't be suitable at all.
Have I made the brew up?
Don't be served to you, your lads.
Well, I tend to make myself scarce while the kids have the breakfast.
You need to bother, do you know?
Why?
Moving, you know. Lord and Lady Docker have decided that the Rovers isn't quite 5-star, so they booked themselves into a very posh hotel.
Well, it's not really the right place for newlyweds.
Well, no, they'd had their honeymoon. They took long enough on it.
Loving don't stop when you finish your honeymoon, Betty.
Does that mean I can move back in again? Bet?
yes, but I wouldn't bother unpacking.
Why not?
Newton and Ridley are selling us out.
I beg your pardon.
We're surplus to requirements. Mind you, they've been very nice about it. They've offered me first option to buy.
Well, can you afford it?
What do you think, Raquel?
Well, anybody who buys it, they won't get rid of you, Ben.
No. Parts of the fixtures and fittings, me. Well, we all are, aren't we?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a pub conversion? They don't even leave the lavatory seats in. Well, I think I'd better get dressed. We have customers to think of.
I can't believe...
Look, don't get yourself all wound up, lovey. Look, they'll have to prize bet out of me with Sherman Tank. She'll think of something. Leave it to her.
Look, you had your own separate chalet amongst all the palm trees, so you weren't bothered by noisy neighbours.
Lovely.
Oh, and these are the photos of the actual service.
Do they not have churches on St. Lucia?
Well, of course they do, but the whole beauty is getting married with the Caribbean lapping at your feet. And look, then you run and dive straight into the sea.
Very romantic.
I wish you could have been there.
Oh, it wouldn't have done for me. I don't like getting my swimsuit wet.
Hello, Vicky. Hello. Did you have a lovely time?
She's just been showing me photos.
Yes, it was beautiful.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to disturb you. Only Bill's just told me the news.
What news?
Oh, nothing to worry about. Spot a bother with the brewery.
Steve was asking if you're ready.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Well, it normally takes more than a couple of weeks to get to that happy state.
I'll leave these here because I'm sure Raquel would love to have a look at them.
Oh, yes.
And we'll talk some more later. See you. See you, Rita.
See you, love. Ta-ra. Did I put my big foot in it, Bet?
Beautiful beaches. Wouldn't mind getting washed up on one of them. As it is, I'll be lucky to end up at Scunthorpe.
That bad?
About as bad as it can get. They're pulling the rug out from under my feet, Rita. Probably taking the floorboards as well.
You're not going to give in, are you?
No. I'm going straight into that bar, pick up the first millionaire that I see, and sweep him off his feet. Then I'm going to go through his pockets for loose change.
That's the spirit.
Did you see any likely candidates on your way through?
Not really.
Have to move on to plan B then.
Oh, what's that?
I have no idea.
Fancy a drink?
Does it help?
Not really.
Make mine a double. I can't wait until then. Look, I could be living under a cardboard box by the end of next week, and that is not a thought I particularly cherish. Look, is the manager actually there? When will he be back? Right, that'll do. You just have to stop open. Tell him that Bet Gilroy needs to see him, and if he isn't there, I'm going to blow up his bank. Oh, at last I've impressed the seriousness of this on you, have I? Look, I'm sorry I've had to shout. Thank you. Bill.
What?
Is Raquel not back yet?
No sign.
Listen, you couldn't open up for me tonight, could you?
Oh, I can't, Bet. I'm sorry. Look, I've arranged... Rita's invited me round for a bite to eat.
I wouldn't like to come between a man and his stomach.
Look, I'd love to help you, Bet, but, well, me and Billy have got such a lot to sort out. We've only done the first batch of invitations. Never mind
It's
about
all right, Betty. It's not a problem.
Ah.
So, what did you
Jack,
sell?
could I have a word?
Yeah, I got a nip down south anyway. Young wake up.
There, but for the grace of God, eh, yeah.
Bit of hard work never did me no harm, Bet.
So you wouldn't mind doing a bit tonight?
What?
I've got an important meeting with my bank manager, and I need somebody I can depend on to open up for me. Of course, you were the first person I thought of.
Well, I can see that, look.
So will he?
Always lend an helping hand. Duckworth motto.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
3 pints coming up. Oh, Bet!
Raquel. Right then, place still standing, I see. Good. Did you find yourself something nice?
No, I couldn't make my mind up. I was just a bit worried about.
Now then, everybody happy?
Are you, Bet?
Am I hell as like, Jack? Am I hell? Yes, love. What can I get you?
Having a job's one thing, but where you work and who you work with's another.
Absolutely.
Makes all the difference in the world, love.
See, a friend of mine got a job in one of them big new places.
Aye.
She was dreading it.
Yeah, but they're like barns, aren't they? There's no atmosphere. Herd 'em in, feed 'em, herd 'em out.
Oh, no, actually, she's loving it. She's got a nice uniform, says the manageress is a real laugh. She reckons it's lovely seeing other families come in of a weekend. Fantastic playground there for kids.
Been there then, have you?
Oh, yeah, it's very smart.
Applied, did you, to go and work with your mate?
No. No.
Feel free.
Well, it's a while ago that I went. It's not recently.
Perhaps it's time you called to see her again.
Oh, Bet you'll not lose the Rovers. She'll think of summer.
I mean, you always have done in the past, love.
It'll turn out all right, kid.
Yeah, of course. I could always go begging to Alec. I don't know what I'm worried about.
Well, you can't blame us for being a bit anxious.
Raquel, I promise, when I know something, you'll all know something.
We've all got our thinking caps on, love.
Oh, I know. I'm just going for a wander. You can all start without me, I trust.
Oh, yeah, just leave it to
Yes,
us,
you do
maybe.
what you've got to, love.
We'll get a show on the road.
Bill, have you got job section?
No, not yet.
Excuse me? Yes, you two. I think you've dropped something.
No.
Oh, I think you have. Pick it up.
What?
I said, pick up your rubbish.
Who the hell does she think she is?
Just 6p? We'll keep you a minute, Bet.
Oh, there's no rush. It's all right to take up a whole table?
Yeah, of course it is. There you go, Mavis.
Blood sugar levels.
Oh, I know.
You really feel it when you've started at 5.
Coffee? And
Just coffee, thanks.
can't remember the last time we saw you in here.
No. Just thought I'd take some time out.
Ooh, wish I could.
What would you do, Gail, if you didn't have this business?
Alma and I fantasise about that. Oh, Martin's got a job. We'd have to get by.
But with your time?
Well, got a family. They keep me busy.
What about Alma?
Well, she's already got this consultancy job. I suppose she'd just have to make more about that. So it's true then. They're selling off the Rovers.
It's true.
Well, goodness knows what our husbands are going to do if it disappears. Have to spend the nights at home, heaven help them. Still, it won't be the same without you.
I wouldn't be the same without you.
Still, it won't come to that.
No. Won't come to that.
You're up early prowling round, aren't you?
Well, I thought I'd better get a paper, see if I've won the pools or I've died and somebody's forgotten to tell me.
Yeah, we heard about the Rovers. Is it official?
What's that?
Well,
Oh, just the usual Newton and Ridley lack of communication.
Oh, well, tell me about it. Hey, listen, you on for tonight? Big family dinner. All the McDonald's, old and new, and Bet.
Oh, I'm not sure, Liz. I shouldn't really leave the pub on a busy Friday night.
Oh, go on.
Then again, shall we make it an early start?
Well, if we kick off about 6.
Lovely.
Smashing. OK, I'll see you. Thanks.
See you. Give us some notepaper, girls. I'm working up to a vicious letter.
I should imagine that's the last thing you feel like doing this week, putting on a party frock and a big smile.
What my public expects.
yeah, we've got a choice here. I mean, this one is rather more expensive at $3.75, but it makes a statement, as Derek would say.
That'll do.
I just think it's outrageous after all the years you've given them. Well, you want to make sure that you have the last word, because that'll make you feel a lot better. I mean, it does Derek, and he's had a lot of experience of parting company with employers.
I've not gone yet, Mavis.
Mavis. Go and read Boiled Jug. You must be parched.
Pubs and churches, they're a renovator's dream. They buy them cheap and convert them into flats.
I was about going into the back and converting a few potatoes into chips. I see Betty's running a bit low.
I am.
I'm sure Bill's very handy with a knife. Another one in there, Cocker?
So what's he thinking of doing? Going back to Germany or something?
I don't know. Suppose it's an option for him. Why? Is Bet thrown in the cellar?
No, she hasn't.
Just had your ears lowered, have you, son?
Yeah, this morning. See you now.
Hey, Jack, look who's here, the mallets.
Oh, everyone is, Gary. A very friendly corner of the universe, is this? Oh, sorry, love. There you are.
Cheers.
Oh, you chose the blue one like I suggested.
Raquel, I'm doing everything I can not to let you down.
Oh, well, we'll be all right. Don't worry about us. Listen, why don't you have a word with Liz when she comes in tonight?
About what?
Well, she's experienced of Newton and Ridley.
An opportunist like her? No. She's not knowing my business.
Well, she'll know soon enough, and you?
Fine. But for the moment, Raquel, as far as everyone else is concerned, I've got something up my sleeve.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready. Well, look at you.
We did some shopping in New York on the way through.
Like you do.
The car's out the front.
We'll have a lovely time.
So, what do we call you now, eh?
You don't. That should make us both happy.
Just around the night, Tom.
You're not, you're driving.
Well, that's another thing we're doing now. We're back getting you a flipping driving licence.
Yes, I'll tell you what, Victoria. I shall be honoured to give you lessons.
Well, did you teach Steve to drive?
I certainly did, aye.
In which case, thanks, but I think I'll go to a driving school.
Yeah, no, I'm a fantastic driver, thank you.
Certainly is.
He thrashed every hire car we had.
Stephen?
Well, I mean, that's what they're there for, isn't it? I mean, I'm careful, yeah.
Are you going to stick with wine?
Oh, listen, I dare say we could split another bottle there, Bet. Is that all right?
Good restaurant.
Very pleasant.
Right.
Oi, thought you were supposed to be in training.
I am. Serious training, and when you're ready, thank you.
Right. So, what's the latest then? Have I lost my room or gained a landlady?
Why does everyone think that me and Steph are going to get back together?
Sorry, am I wrong?
You are.
Brand new.
Oh, and is it women in general we're giving a wide berth of, or just that one in particular?
Hello, darling. You fancy a drink?
Just that one in particular, Andy. Nice one. I like it.
Where's your glass?
No, not for me. Actually, I think I might go through to the back if you don't mind.
Are you okay?
Fine, just things to do. You all carry on.
Hey, Desi. How's your cup?
Didn't tell me you were coming in here again tonight. Though I can't say I'm surprised. Only, Derek's going to join me, so if you want to...
Oh, is he? Right, just excuse me a minute. Bill.
Oh,
Yes, love.
it's all right if I go through for
Oh, yeah, help yourself.
No.
I seem to have lost my way.
Come on in, Rita.
If you don't want company, just say.
How are you fixed for miracles? Sit yourself down. Distract me.
I tune out mostly. We tune each other out. Mind you, Mavis isn't tuned into the same channel as most of us. Trouble is, she's only one subject.
Derek.
I tell a lie. Two, to be fair. Derek and Derek and the Gnome. That's all I hear. Hours of it. And you know, lately at night, I've started listening to myself, and it suddenly struck me, I've only one subject.
Mavis.
Well, you've heard me. I'm in here, or I'm in the Websters, and I'm going on like a broken record. And it suddenly occurred to me, Mavis is my gnome.
And you're just waiting for someone to make off with her?
Oh, some days. All I need is a volunteer. I mean, I'd pay him.
I'm your man. What's it worth?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bet. See, I'm getting as obsessed as she can be.
I'm serious. I take every penny. I don't mind what I do. I'm starting to consider desperate measures, Reed.
Been down every avenue.
Avenue, road, cul-de-sac. Like I say, it's street corners next. How do you fancy me chances? What?
Just thinking.
Oh, share it with me, Reet. I'm desperate for any suggestions. Hey, listen, when I said about miracles, I didn't invite you in here to fleece you, you know.
I know you didn't. I know.
Unless you're wanting out at cabin, you know, to try something new.
Oh, hang on. Hang on, Bet. I mean, for all I go on, I don't think I want out at cabin. Are you after a loan, or...?
I'd take a partner on tomorrow. What, tonight? Would you consider it?
Well, I could think about it.
So it hasn't crossed my mind till this minute.
No, mine. Imagine. You and me. That'd be something.
Yeah. It would, wouldn't it?
Morning, Betty.
Hello.
Madam not up yet?
Yeah,
think I just heard her. Oh, she was in a funny mood last night, Betty, up and down like a yo-yo.
Oh, poor girl.
Tonics, lemonade, bottle of lager. Anything else?
Yes, we're out of scratching.
Right.
I was talking to Billy last night, you know, about the wedding.
Well, so long as you don't call it off, because I'm looking forward to buying a new frock.
No, that's what we were talking about, bridesmaids' dresses.
Bridesmaids?
Yeah. Would you? Please, love.
Oh, Betty, of course I would.
Oh, thanks ever so, love. And I was going to ask Bet to be matron of honour.
Oh, yes.
The only thing is, I don't know what's the right time to mention it, because she's got so much on her mind.
Morning, Betty. Morning, Raquel.
Morning, love.
Prop that door open. Let's get some fresh air in this place.
Betty's got something she'd like to ask you. Go on.
Oh, no, there's no hurry.
Come on, Elizabeth, spit it out.
Well, the thing is, you see, well, me and Billy, I'd like you to be matron of honour, lovely.
Betty, I'd love to. And believe me, it will be an honour.
Really? Oh, what a relief, love.
Is that why you were worried about asking me in case I'd say no?
Well, it was all the bother with the pub, you know.
Oh, that. I think we've found a solution. Me and Rita, we're going into partnership.
Oh.
Now, who's for a bacon butty?
Oh. Well, I just thought that Bet needed my company more than you.
Pouring out her troubles, was she?
Something like that.
Well, I'm sure you were sympathetic. Because you are a good listener. Now, I've always said that.
Maybe. I just wish last night I'd done a lot more listening and a lot less talking. And I know who that'll be. Yes, Bet. I think we better had.
Do you know, that's the first proper night's sleep I've had all week. The more you think about it, the more it makes sense. It's funny we've never thought about it before.
Can I just get one thing clear? Would I be expected to help run the bar or do the cooking or out like that?
Well, only if you wanted.
I don't.
Fine. You see, the way I imagine it, things will carry on just the same. Same staff, same landlady, just as it is now, except all major decisions we'd make together.
We'd need some form of agreement written down.
Oh, of course we would. And we mustn't let the fact that we're mates come in the way of us doing it all legal and proper.
Sounds fair.
There's only one thing I don't want you to think.
What?
Well, it hit me as soon as you'd left. I don't want you to think that I'm pushing you into this against your will.
Of course not.
Good. Shall I put a drop of something in your coffee?
It's a bit early, isn't it? Besides, we don't want to go wasting our profit.
We could open all day, as long as we took enough to cover extra staff. Be providing a service. Because it's more than just a business, Reet. It has to be.
Well, it's the same as cabin. I mean, why else have I been getting up at 5:30 all these years if I didn't feel I was putting something back in community?
Mind you, it's a nice little earner.
I should hope so.
It is now. But once it's a free house, we can buy our ale anywhere we like.
You mean we wouldn't be selling Newton and Ridley?
Not if we can get a better deal somewhere else.
That's Alec talking.
No. He'd find other channels. I'm talking legit.
So, the asking price is £68,000.
But they might come down a bit. I've fixed up a meeting for us for tomorrow.
And how much of that do you want me to put in?
Shall I go back? You're buying the pub, right? And I'll be running it, and we both share all the profits.
So I'd be putting in all the 68,000?
And you will own all the pub outright.
Oh, see.
You understand that, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a bit sudden.
Is that what you're worried about? Is it the money?
Well, to tell the truth, I'm not exactly sure how I'm fixed financially. I mean, a lot of my money's tied up.
I'm sure you can get a mortgage.
I'm sorry, Bet. You're going to have to let me have a bit more time.
I can see it from your point of view. Of course I can. The trouble is, time's what we're short of. There'll be others after it.
So be it. Look, I'm not going to be committing myself to that amount of money without making absolutely sure I'm doing the right thing. I'm sorry, Bet. There it is.
Betty,
yes?
there's a sandwich order waiting.
Oh, I'm sorry, love, I forgot about that.
Anyway, Raquel can cope in
Oh,
here.
right.
I was saying we'll have to talk dresses so as we complement each other.
Right, we'll do that. Tomorrow, eh?
Shut up. I'm not in the mood.
Oh, I thought you'd have been all excited. I mean, it's not every day you get a chance to own your own pub.
Can I afford it, though?
Of course you can.
How do you know?
Well, I don't, but I mean, well, you're not exactly a conspicuous consumer, are you? Apart from your sweaters.
And my shoes, and my vodka and tonic, and my car. I get through it, you know, Mavis, just like everybody else. Anyway, I'll know one way till this afternoon when I've seen the accountant.
Well, I think it's quite a good idea. A bit sudden, though.
1 minute I'm having a drink, the next I'm buying the whole caboodle. Me and my big mouth.
My thoughts precisely.
You being an expert.
Hello, Rita.
Just give us a couple of secs and then you can go.
Rita, it's good news. Des isn't moving after all.
Ah, so that's what's put the smile on your face.
Now, what about you?
Well, you're absolutely right. I can afford to buy the Rovers.
And does your accountant think it's a good idea?
Well, surprisingly, yes. As long as it's in my name, he thinks I should go for it, if that's what I want.
And is it?
Naught to lose.
Oh, I'm really pleased for you.
And I'm pleased for you.
Can you do something with that back door? I can hardly shut it.
I'll plane a bit off it, man. It won't take out, fella.
Give us half a bit, please.
What is waiting goal, that fella?
Well, it's a builder, isn't it? I mean, it's definitely not a cellar man.
Is that so?
Well, beer's not up to our Jack's standards. Still, I suppose new folk that come in, they'll come in with a clean sweep.
What new folk?
Them that take pub over.
That hasn't happened yet.
No, but they'd do worse than stick our Jack back on.
Can I have just a half bitter in there, please, for Derek, and another sweet sherry?
Bayek, you're pushing the boat out?
Well, we've just had some good news.
Bully for you.
Well, I'm very glad to hear yours.
Oh?
Yeah, about Rita buying the pub.
Nothing's signed.
No, but she's got the go-ahead from the accountant. Apparently, he thinks it's an excellent idea. He's really enthusiastic about it.
And I hope something turns out for you. Pity we couldn't organise a whip round and buy it for the regulars, a cooperative or a club.
I don't think that'll be necessary, Ken. Me and Rita have come up with a solution. Her money, my expertise. We're going into partnership.
Wonderful. Rita, well, good for her. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Hello. Did you have a good birthday?
Oh, yes, thanks. By the way, I hear you've come to the rescue.
Have I?
The Rovers, Bet's just been telling me.
Telling you what?
Well, that you're going into some sort of partnership to buy the pub, is that right?
If you'd have asked me that question 2 minutes ago, I would have said yes. In fact, I was on my way to see Bet and tell her just the very same thing. But I had no idea it was already common knowledge.
Well, look, I hope I've not spoken out of turn.
No, you haven't, Ken. I'm glad I bumped into you. You might have done me a very big favour. It's not sleeping. It scrambles your brain.
Are you having difficulty coming to a decision?
I lay there all last night. Yes, no. Am I daft to even consider it, or is it the kick up the backside I need?
Well, your accountant's not worried.
Not his cash. Still, I can't help thinking, risk it, Rita, you daft cow. It might be your last chance to do something different before you dribble into your bath chair. But then again...
Good morning, Chuckle Chops. You're going to introduce me to your little friend.
I was just being silly. We used to do it as kids.
There's no silly about it, love. We could all do with being more like we were before we chucked our illusions out along with our dollies.
Oh. Get in touch with the child within you, mean?
Do I?
Oh, well, it's still there inside us. However grown up we like to think we are.
So if I lay on the floor, yell blue murder and kick my legs in the air, Newton and Ridley will say to me, there, pop it. If you want the pub that bad, you can have it.
They might. Especially if you're wearing them red lace knickers Charlie bought you.
That is a very naughty thought, Miss Woolstonholme. Not a bad one, though. I wonder where they are.
No, you'll not need to pull no stunts for Rita behind you. I wish I had a friend like that.
Yeah. We go way back, me and Reet. Do you know there were brontosauruses roaming Bessie Street when me and Reet first palled up?
Oh. Will she be working here?
Well, it's not her present intention, but she might fancy the odd stint.
Can't see her being a barmaid.
Thought I might as well come in. I couldn't sleep and I'm all of a doodah, you know. Who can't you see being a barmaid?
Pre-wedding jitters hasn't affected your hearing, I see.
Well, Rita.
Oh, is she been? Oh, yeah.
She's never been one, has she?
Well, I've never been a newsagent. But I doubt it'd take me 5 years study and an honours degree to pick it up.
So, what's she like to work for then?
Oh, very impatient. And she can get really crotchety if things aren't just so. And she...
Likes her own way.
all the time.
Oh, I notice she doesn't mention I'm the sucker that gives jobs to people that nobody else will have, like her. Oh. And you're wasting your time if you're thinking of applying because I don't need no paper, lads.
Not over here, over there. The Jungle Drums have it that you might be my new boss.
They do they?
Is it right?
Let's just say the Jungle Drums might be a bit previous. There!
Grab your coat, kid. Have a taxi waiting outside, because the parking's not brilliant round there.
Round where?
The brewery. We've got a meeting with them at past.
Oh, right. Oh, the thing is, I'll have to scrub it, because Mavis has got an urgent dental appointment, wisdom tooth.
It's important, is this, kid?
Yeah, I know, but she's in agony, poor girl. Besides, it's only an exploratory talk to suss out their rock-bottom price. You can handle that, you don't need me.
Well, I suppose not. As long as I know you're still behind me when we get down to brass tacks. Right then, kiddo. Wish us luck. Tell them to be gentle with you, Maeve.
Oh, I will. Thank you, Bet. Really, Rita, did you have to drag me into it?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. It was the first thing that come into my head. And you can keep your trap shut and all.
Me? 3 wise monkeys, mate.
Why did you cry off, anyway?
Well, maybe I've had second thoughts, OK?
Well, I thought you decided to risk it. You said it was probably your last chance to do something different before you dribble in your bath chair.
She's counting on you, you know. You'll have to tell her one way or
Well,
t'other.
I realise that.
Well, what are you going to do
I
then?
don't know. And that's a God's honest truth. I don't flaming know.
If it would help you to come to a decision, well, Derek and I'd be happy to take this place off your hands.
Ah, yeah, you've been doing some forward planning.
No, it was just a thought that Derek said you might like to take into consideration.
Well, I've too many thoughts to take into consideration without adding any more to the list, Mavis. Hello, Al.
Hey, there's a rumour you might be going to the pub business. Mind you, I only got it from Audrey, so there's probably no tin
Heaven,
it.
is there nobody she hasn't told?
Well, you know my wife when she gets a
I'm
tale.
not talking about Audrey. I'm talking about Bet.
Oh, well, I'm sorry if I spoke out of turn, love. I'm just interested as an old friend.
No, I'm sorry, Alf. It's me who should be apologising. Alf, have you time to come upstairs for a cup of tea?
Me, since I sold that shop and stopped being mayor, I've got no but time. Oh, right.
So, that's it in a nutshell. Well, say summat, Alf, if it's only can you have another custard cream.
Well, love, I think you've got to ask yourself 3 things.
Go on.
Well, first of all, you are a strong woman.
Oh.
No, it's right. You are. I mean, you've always run your own show. You always made your own decisions. And Bet's the same road.
Are you saying we're pulling the opposite
No,
direction?
let me finish. First of all, you've got to ask yourself, if that happened, who'd be the boss? Secondly, I mean, if there was a fallout, are you content to lose a long-standing friendship?
Well, there's always a risk,
And
Alf,
thirdly,
innit?
and I think this is the most important thing of all,
Alf, whatever you say won't go beyond these 4 walls. But I need your honest advice.
warts and all.
Warts and all.
Right then, you need to ask yourself, if the Rovers is such a going concern, why does Bet have to come to you to shove the money in?
Because she hasn't any funds of her own.
Exactly, she can't even offer a percentage. Which says to me that either she's come day, go day about money matters, or she's a lousy businesswoman, or the Rovers does not pay its way. Now, any one of those things, you've got a problem. But all 3 together...
It's OK, Al. You don't have to spell it out for me.
Oh, you're back.
Well spotted.
So, what's happened?
All in good time, Petal, all in good time.
Well, are you buying it? Did you agree a price?
All I will say is that the outcome was satisfactory. It's only proper I put my business partner in the picture first.
Well, don't snap at me. I'm only trying to help.
Look, can we talk about something else?
Like what?
Anything. Arthur, the wandering gnome. Next time he gets in touch, ask him does he want a travelling companion. And even wear one of them pointy hats.
We've cracked it, kid. They've come down 2 grand.
You mean they only want £66,000 now?
It's the first for them. Newton and Ridley never barter. It's a well-known fact.
Look, can we discuss this upstairs?
We'll crack this open while we're at it to celebrate. I'll fetch you a glass down, Maeve. How's the tooth, love?
Look, don't you think you're jumping the guns a bit, Bet?
Well, I know now it's signed and sealed yet, but it's as good as.
Not as far as I'm concerned.
What?
I've had the world and his wife in here today telling me what I'm going to be doing before I know what I'm going to be doing myself. I don't appreciate that.
Well, what's the big secret? You'd already said you'd back me.
I said I'd think about it, and I have. I'm sorry, Bet. It's not on.
You dropping out?
I made no promises.
You let me go to the brewery and make a total fool of myself.
I asked you to wait until I had a proper chance to look at the figures.
I've got the books over the road.
I've done all the sums I need.
Oh, aye? Mrs. High and Mighty all of a sudden.
Which is more than could be said for you.
Excuse me. I've run that flaming pub on my Todd for years.
Yes, and not made a penny from it. Well, have you? Unless you're keeping something from me.
Are you saying that I'm lying? That you think I've got thousands of pounds
don't
stashed
talk
away?
daft.
Is that it? I only wish to God I had. You can see me statements if you want. What is this, Rita? What's going on?
Look, you're wanting me to put up thousands of pounds. I'm entitled to ask you why you haven't any savings if this pub of yours is such a wonderful business proposition.
Don't you come the high and mighty with me, lady. You'd not be stood there with a bulging bank balance if you hadn't flaming married it.
Yes.
Why don't you go...
Len left me a tatty little shop, but it was me who worked my guts out over there. Me that opened this place.
It was
and
Len's
built this
cash
up.
what got you started. But for him, you'd have been nowt but a clapped-out chorus girl.
Better than a clapped-out barmaid.
Talk about fair weather pals. I should have known better than turn to you.
Nobody pours thousands of pounds down the drain, no matter how good pals they are.
Pals? Pals? You don't know the meaning of the word.
I'm sorry.
But you won't change your mind.
No.
Then I'm the one that's sorry, cock. Sorry I ever asked.
Wish you'd liven up this morning.
I was just thinking I might give myself the day off.
Yes, well, if you're just going to brood on it all the time, you might as well. Go and do your brooding somewhere else and keep out of the way here.
I do feel bad about it.
You? After the way she went on? Oh, Rita, I was shocked.
You've surely known her too long to be shocked.
Oh, it was nice as pie when she's asking you for all that money, but you say no and she shows herself for what she really is, a backstreet fishwife.
Backs to the wall, that's the truth
Yes,
of it.
well, whose fault is that? I mean, if she'd had any idea of how to hang on to money, she'd have been looking at a God-sent opportunity.
I suppose so.
Or if she'd had any idea of how to hang on to a man. I mean, there'd have been none of this carry-on if Alex was still here.
Now, Mavis.
No, I know, I'm stating the obvious.
But then you don't have to pursue it, do you?
Oh, Betty.
Oh, never mind. Oh, Betty.
You've got to.
Look, I've got a mayoress's wardrobe at home. All kinds of things. Specially bought. Hardly been worn.
Yeah, but you're getting married, Bet. Will you tell her?
Don't get me involved.
She wants me going down the aisle in a veil and train.
Nobody's saying a veil and train, but she's not even going to buy a new frock. Bet, will you tell her?
Oh, for God's sake, I'm trying to think. The mild one's changing, did I say?
Yeah, I'll be seeing to it.
See to it now.
Been funny all morning.
I wouldn't expect a change in the weather either.
There's you saying, go mad. Who knows? We might not have a job this time next month.
Well, you'll be all right. You won't need a job. You'll be living in married bliss.
You what? That's when you need an excuse to be getting out the house.
Oh, honestly, you can get married in a plastic mat for all I care.
Oh, pooh.
Hello, none to a tea? No, she's not here at the moment. Well, I don't know, not long or something.
When she comes back, would you ask her to call me? Or I'll tell you what, ask her to drop over. Tell her I'd sooner that than talk on the phone.
Well, can I tell her what it's about?
Just tell her the sooner the better, eh?
On the couch.
Has somebody been talking to you?
Sorry, no, it's just this old geezer's just crawled in, you know. What?
Just tell her, will you?
To call you? Yeah, I'll tell her.
Ta.
Anybody call?
No.
I beg your pardon? Yes, somebody did call, Vicky, actually, and you said you'd tell her whenever she came in, so you did.
Oh, yeah, it was nobody important, like, that's what I mean. It was Bet, she just wants to speak to you.
Did she say what about?
No, she just said as soon as possible, that's all.
Thank you for coming over. I hope I've not put you out.
No, I was just struggling with wallpaper. You think you know what you want, and then you open a sample book and, well, Steve's useless. So...
Well, you know I've got the chance of buying the pub.
Yes.
Well, that's it, really. I've got the chance of buying the pub. That's what I want to talk to you about.
Well, I think you should.
Well, I'm glad you do. Because I think I should and all. Because I know damn well I could make a go of it.
I'm sure.
It's a funny thing, isn't it? Here I am running the place. I keep the brewery happy, the punters happy. I go to the bank for the money and they talk to me as though I've no idea what it's all about.
You've been to the bank?
Anyway, in the end I said blow the bank. You see, I got the money lined up somewhere else. I had definite word on that. Mentioning no names, but it was a friend. Only they went back on it. I think what it was, they didn't really have it in the end.
I see.
And I'm supposed to be signing papers and all sorts of...
Don't mind me, love. I'm just going to look at that
Betty,
pot.
would you leave it just for a couple of minutes?
Well, I was only going to...
Please, Betty.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, lovely.
Who is it who always told you? Watch out for folk trying to get their hands on your money. I know. You don't have to say. But you see, love, if I can't buy the place, I'm out.
You want me to give you the money?
Oh, don't be daft. It's over 60,000 quid. I'm not asking anybody to give it me.
60,000?
Well, it's a loan. At paying interest, I'd be paying you back more than the bank does.
I don't know anything about pubs.
No, but you see, I do. I know all there is to know. Anyway, I'm not saying come in with me.
Yeah, but I don't know enough to know whether it's a good investment or not.
I'm pushed, Vicky, or I wouldn't ask. But the pub is a good enough investment. And I think I am. You might not know much about pubs, but I think you know enough about me. If it's out of the question, you only have to say.
No, it's not out of the question. I will have to speak to Steve, though.
I've turned up some rum cards lately. But by heck, that's a corker. If my fate hangs on a word of Steve's...
No, don't be silly. But I do have to talk to him about it. I mean, he is my husband, for better or for worse. 60,000 and some.
Oh, you must be joking. That's a lot of money. So what did you tell her?
Well, I said I'd think about it.
Well, it's more than I would have said.
Of course it is. You haven't got 60,000 to lend. Sorry. Well, I said I'd speak to you about it too.
Well, bet she loved that.
I have to consider it, though.
Why?
Well, because I owe her some consideration. I owe her quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, well, you don't owe her £60,000 worth, Vicky. You'd be crazy.
Tell me why.
Well, because you won't see any of it back. Will that do you?
Will she not?
Well, look, they're selling the pub for 60,000 and a bit, right? I mean, we already know that, but I mean, the way I see it, I mean, it doesn't exactly look like a gold mine.
Well, does it have to be?
Well, if you want to see your money back, yeah.
I'm going to feel awful if I have to say no.
Yeah, but if she goes down the tubes, you're both going to feel rotten, aren't you?
Who's to say it's going to go down the tube? She knows how to run a pub.
Oh, yeah, with the brewery making all the moves for her.
Well, what do you think she's been doing all this time?
Well, standing behind the bar in that stupid get-up, mainly. I mean, she looks like something out the flipping circus. I mean, where'd she get all that stuff from the line tamer's shop?
Can you give me a reason that I can really say to her, please?
Oh, well, you've already made your decision, haven't you? All you want me to do is colour it in for you.
Just give me a reason.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you any number. Tell me when to stop when you when you like.
Hey, what shenanigans last night then?
Really? Where?
Where? Mavis got me out of your shop so fast I could feel the wind between my toes.
Oh, we closed early.
Didn't sound like stock taking to me.
Oh, stock taking, don't mention it.
You're no good. You were having a blazing row with Bet.
Really? See you. Oh,
right.
You know when I said, have you got a minute?
I've got a minute now.
Oh, could we?
Yeah, sure.
I may be breaking a confidence here, so bear that in mind.
Thanks.
She asked me for the money. I turned her down.
I'm not all that surprised.
Well, the thing is, she thought I was going to lend it to her. She got the idea I'd said yes before I'd time to say no. Anyway, the upshot was a bit of a slanging match.
For a loan, half loses both itself and friend, as Polonius says.
Does he? Does he have out to say about what you do when your friend goes on the rocks?
I don't think he does.
I can't lend her the money, Ken. But I hate to think she'd lose that pub.
Trouble about a pub is, lose your job, lose your home.
And it's more. It's the one thing that makes her proud of herself. You know?
Yes, I do know.
It bothers me.
Oh, let's not be too gloomy. I mean, she might sort something out.
And if she doesn't, I mean, she's looking for a fairy godmother.
Well, whatever. We're not going to let her take an overdose, are we?
I'm glad you see what I mean. That's why I wanted to tell you.
Right. And, now you bring it up, how would you like to be a godmother?
Come in.
I asked Steve to come. You don't mind, do you?
Hi.
Come in. No, you're quite right to bring Steve in. He is your husband, fair dues.
Well, I did have to speak to him about it. I couldn't not have.
And I said, you know, it's your money, your decision. I'm just the sidekick, you know.
You've been thinking about it, any road?
Yeah, we thought about it. And we thought it could be possible. But it would depend on security.
Well, of course. You'd have to have proper security. I've already seen about a deed on the pub. There's no problem. They do it all the time. So you see, you'd have the bricks and mortar against it.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about that, actually. And,
What's to do? Is there a problem with that on your side?
Well, we were wondering if there's anything else, you know.
Anything else like what?
Anything else you could put up as security?
You know there's nothing else.
Well, you know, we thought maybe you might have an insurance policy, maybe, or a pension fund, crown jewels, out like that.
There's the pub.
Yeah, but, you know, what we were thinking was, you know, we don't know how much it's really worth. Not as, you know, bricks and mortar.
It's worth £68,000. We're getting it cheap.
Well, you're getting it cheap, maybe, but we're not interested in buying a pub. And, I mean, Vicky doesn't want to be involved in running a pub.
No, I know that. Nobody's saying that.
And second, it's your home.
That is the real thing, Bet. I could just never be in a position where I'd have to...
She can't even say it. Evict you.
I couldn't. And I'd have Nick on my back saying that I had to, and it's just an awful position for me to be in.
See, what she means is that there's no security at all, really. I mean, Vicky just couldn't do that.
If I failed, I'd have to sell up and go. You would get your money back.
How would I feel? I could just never be in that position, Bet. You do see, don't you? I couldn't if there was just something else.
You know there's not.
Do you see?
I see that you don't want to lend me the money. And of course, that's your privilege. I suppose there's no more to say.
There was just something else.
There's no more to say.
Well, good luck with it anyway.
You know there's nothing else. You know.
Have you seen Bet?
Not since. I feel dreadful.
Well, don't. I mean, we'd all like to have thousands to throw around.
We'd all like to have thousands thrown at us.
Quite.
But you see, I raised her hopes. At least I didn't say no, which I should have done right at the start.
But how could you have? I mean, you don't say no when someone asks you, just no outright, do you? You listen, you think about it.
Yes, and in 3 months' time, will I look at Bet and see her without a home, without a job, and think, did I lift a finger? Did I heck?
Well, it's not as if there isn't anyone else she could ask. I mean, people fall over themselves to help.
Yeah, she's certainly got plenty of friends.
But what price my friendship?
You're up?
Where have you been this time of the morning?
Just wondering. I couldn't sleep.
Oh, there'd be a reason for that. Could be you've something on your mind without you knowing it.
Hey, Raquel, do you think I could have?
I'm not stupid, you know. It's just... Well, sometimes I don't think as fast as what's normal.
I'll get my head down for an hour. I'll see you.
Old, new, borrowed blue.
I'm not going through all that.
Oh, but you must. It's an omen, Betty. You have to do it right, otherwise... Oh, she's here, Luke. Have you had a sleep?
So. We all set up for opening?
Yes, everything's ship-shape.
Food cooking?
Will be. 10:30 in the oven.
Make sure they do.
I was just telling Betty that you've to observe traditions at a wedding.
Why, dear?
Well, else it's unlucky.
She's on about old, new, borrowed and blue. Well, I've sorted out the old and the new.
Oh.
What's old?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? That's me.
Oh, Betty.
And then there's me frock. Oh, me hat, that's new.
Well, I'll lend you some.
Like Raquel says, it's unlucky not to. I did all that at my wedding. Look how well that turned out.
You mustn't do it.
Don't lecture me, Raquel. I'm not in the mood.
I don't care. Friday's a big day for Betty and she's nervous. Well, of course she's nervous and you mustn't spoil it for her.
Just at the moment, you won't get me singing and dancing, wedding or no wedding.
We do understand how you feel, Bet.
You don't, actually.
You're nervous, you're excited, you're anxious, you're tense. Of course you are. It's a big step you're taking. Well, it's a bit like marriage, except you're wedding yourself to Rovers. But think of Betty. The biggest day of her life.
Please, Raquel, shut up.
If you promise not to let Betty down.
I promise. Shut it.
I thought you'd have been thrilled. A week or two and all this is yours.
All right, Raquel. But this is for your big soft ears only. Do you hear me? I can't afford it. I couldn't get the money off the bank. So I asked Rita for a loan. She said no.
Well, I wondered.
Well, we're not blood. So, then I asked Vicky. My Vicky. And she said no. Well, we're not blood either.
I felt sure, Vicky.
Well, it is a lot of money.
Well, yes, it is.
It's a fortune. But I wasn't asking for a handout. It is an investment. Should have got it back in spades. It's someday when Vicky tells me I'm not worth investing in.
She never said that.
In so many words. I'm sure she's right. She knows when something's had its day. She sold her horse, didn't she?
Oh, Bet.
But you're right, Raquel. I mustn't take it out on Betty. A wedding is a wedding. And we all know what fun they lead to. Shut your eyes.
What's this?
Go on. Shut them. Hold your hand out. There you go.
Oh.
Borrowed and blue. I wore it at my wedding. May it bring you happiness and may it bring you love.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you, it's pretty.
Oh, Betty, go on, try it on.
Give over.
Oh, go on, Betty, show us your leg.
Yeah, come on. No, now come on, you can't get out of it. Left leg, shoe off.
Right, hang on. Let it work. Oh, my word. There you are. Now, that's that. Now the soup will burn. Excuse me.
Are men weird? Take more than a bit of mastic to turn me on.
Bet?
Oh.
I'm sorry about yesterday. Could I have a word?
Of course you can. Come on through.
I'm glad to see you.
I really am sorry.
You and me both, Tink. But I am asking a heck of a lot.
Well, who else could you ask? I'm the closest you've got to family. And you're the closest I've got.
Bless you, love.
Couldn't be less like my mum. But in some ways, you have taken her place.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't want to.
Well, it's not the same. I mean, she was the sort of gentle, thoughtful type, and you're quite frightening at first. But you've got a heart of gold.
They do say that.
I don't always agree with you. I don't always think you're right. But what I do know is there isn't an ounce of malice in you.
All right, Tink, don't go on.
I mean it.
Thank you.
Anyway, what's important is that you're going to be kicked out of here. So you're going to be homeless.
Homeless and jobless, so no doubt legless for a night or two.
So, I'm going to buy you a small house. I think it's a very good time to buy property, and the market's bound to turn the corner soon. And it wouldn't be like investing in your business, which, as I've already said, I don't really want to do. But if I buy property and you pay me nominal rent, then you'll have security, I'll have an investment. But most of all, I'll have my Bet just where I want her. I've spoken to Steve about this, and he's fine.
He is?
Yeah. So you think about it. Whatever you do, don't thank me. I do owe this to you. Now, formal invitation. Dinner with Steve's mum and dad at our place next week. It's our flat warming. That'll give you enough time to think about what sort of place you want, and we can talk about it then.
I'll be busy next week. But I think it's a good idea to buy a small house. Like you say, property's cheap. It's bound to move before long. And so long as you've got somebody in paying rent, It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't have to be me.
Yes, but I want it to be you. That's the whole point.
No, the whole point is your investment. Get somebody dependable in. Make sure your rent's secure.
Bet, I'm offering to buy you a home.
When you found yourself an orphan, I gave you a home. Daft, aren't I? I didn't think about investment. I could have had 4 years' rent by now.
Come on, that's not fair.
I know, cheap. Below the belt. It's the company I keep.
Why are you being like this? I can't do more than offer to buy you a house.
Get out of here, Vicky.
What?
Go on.
I offered to buy you a house and you tell me to get out.
Aren't I strange?
You're ungrateful.
And can you hear this tone in my voice? Bitter and self-pitying. I don't like it any more than you do. But you see, I can pay rent to anyone. Go now, please, Vicky.
I don't understand. What have I done?
Nout.
This is because I wouldn't invest in the Rovers, isn't it? Bet I don't believe in the Rovers. I don't believe that it's viable.
And who are you anyway? Granddaughter of a man I once wed? You owe me nout. Go now, please, Vicky.
Well, I don't owe you £66,000.
I said go.
Yeah, look.
I never said that anyway.
Yeah.
No, you did. I did not. You were wrong. I told you. If you go for this,
She
you've got to be
is totally mad.
Mad? I bet she jumped at the offer, though, didn't she?
No, she didn't.
Why?
I don't know. She's just flipped. I've never seen her like that before.
What the flipping cheek of her just because we didn't give her 66 grand?
She's bitter. She said herself.
Well, you look better.
I thrive on disappointment. I asked you to go, Vicky.
I did.
When I said go, I meant go.
Yes, but you didn't mean I...
Oh, yes, I did. And what have we got here? Little Steve MacDonald. How very satisfying the times I've wanted to pitch you out.
Look, Vicky owes you nothing.
Shut up and go.
I bought this drink.
Take it with you. Post the glass back to Newton and Ridley.
You're going to feel terrible about this, Bet.
Happen I will, and I'm damn sure you won't. And that's the difference between us.
You're right, she's barking.
So run before I bite. While I'm at it, let's have the rest of you.
Hey?
There's not one of you lot I haven't wanted to get rid of in my time. Come on, get your drinks. Go and lose yourselves. Get out, this pub's shut.
Are you going fight?
All right. Bet, if Steve's done...
Get out, Liz.
Look, whatever happened...
I said go.
OK.
Excuse me, Bet, but you can't do this, love.
Look over the door on your way out. See whose name's there.
Yes, but I'm your best customer, love.
I dare say you are. Get out, Jim.
Come on.
You're under a lot of pressure.
Maris and all. Out she goes. Out, out, out. Come on now, the rest of you. Let's be having you. Get out. This pub's shut.
Do you feel better for that?
I feel nought. Except it's over and done with. And that's that.
Well, Stephen, I don't know what you've done this time, son, but looks like you've played a blinder, certainly.
Yeah, always my fault, innit?
Steve did nothing. She just flipped.
Well, you must have done something.
Yeah, I offered to buy her a house. Now, where's the crime in that? Wait till Grandad hears about this.
Oh, dear.
What's the matter?
But I know I've left something in there, but what the heck is it?
Look at me. I'm programmed. I'm emptying a flipping ashtray. So what are you waiting for, you three? You can take the afternoon off.
Oh, Bet.
Don't give me that face, Raquel. If me and this place are done with, I can at least go out how I want.
Well, word was you getting the money together, love.
I've been refused, haven't I?
I thought Vicky must have changed her mind.
My Tinkerbell? Oh, no. You can depend on her. Solid as a rock.
She don't make habit of this, then?
No. No, never before. She's lost. Poor lass.
What time is it?
1:20.
Day or night?
Day.
Oh. I'd best just have half then.
Yes. Rovers return, Coronation Street. Thank you very much. As quick as you can. Who is it?
Don,
What do you want, Don?
you can let me in.
What do you want, Don?
Me, I don't want anything. Seems you do that.
Such as?
A mate.
Where will I find one of them round here?
You can't write off history, Ben.
Not a word, Don. Not one word ever. Do you hear me?
Okay. You still got a mate if you need one, though. Suitcases? I heard Vicky upset you.
Not so you noticed.
Who knows where you're going?
No one. And please keep your voice down. Raquel's upstairs.
Well, you're going to tell her, aren't you?
I love her to bits. But she go all limp and mopey. I don't need that.
Oh, Rita.
No.
Where are you going?
I can say where from, but that's as far as I can say.
I'll give you a lift.
I've rung for a taxi.
Oh. Good luck, boss.
Good luck, Don.
You shouldn't have called for a cab, though.
Calling the cab's the easy bit. See? Easy when you know how.
On your own then, love.
On my own?
A quid says it's the Greek islands. Spain, Tenerife.
You'll be a poor man if you start that game.
Somewhere where there's sun. Single women, they always go where there's sunshine.
Do they find it?
Ah, well, can't answer that one, love.
Oh, they do, you know. They all find it sooner or later.